What are some of the different vehicles that you have, at least here in Canada? Like you mentioned the TFSA, there's an RRSP, there's also now a FHSA, a first time home savings plan, I think.
Same. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Could you outline
So
what those are and what you would recommend to people?
yeah, the new FHSA account is incredible. That's probably a great start for people who again have a dream of buying a home. You get the tax deferred savings on the front end, and then um, you get some of the other perks on the back end. So that's a great start. The other one is the TFSA, right? So it's completely tax free. All the growth in there is tax free. The government doesn't give you a lot of freebies. That's an obvious one. So start with that one. The amounts and the total contribution limits change per year. So you just have to either Google it or talk to an advisor, but try to max that out. That's an easy starting place. Utilizing your RSP. I know some people have different thoughts and beliefs on that, but that's a great way. If you are in a high income bracket or you're doing great, maybe you own a business, you had a great year, contribute to those to get your income down, your taxable income down. And then if you max those out, you can use a non-reg. Non-reg is perfectly fine.
Okay, so I want to deconstruct that a little bit because there's a lot there. So
Yes.
let's go back to the FHSA for a second. So you said it's a tax deferred. So let's say I make, just for simplicity, let's say I make 100 grand a year.
Yeah.
I want to put some money into my FHSA. So let's say I put, is there a limit, first of all, on how much you can put in there a year?
Yeah, there's a limit. Again, I believe it changes. It is a brand new account, but I think it's $8,000.
Okay, so let's say it's $8,000. So if I make 100 grand a year, I put in 8,000. That means that I would only be taxed on 92,000. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so that's the tax deferral, and then anything that grows within any interest or, if I invest it in stocks or anything on that 8,000, that will grow tax free in that account.
Yeah, if you prove to the government that you're buying a house with it.
Right. So then when I do want to buy the house, let's say 2 years from now, I want to buy the house. So I have 16,000, let's say maybe it did really well, grew to 20,000.
Yeah.
I take that 20,000 out. So I already got the tax deferred bonus.
Yeah.
Now I can take that 20,000 out, not pay the 4,000 difference in capital gains tax.
Yes.
And just use that 20,000 as part of the down payment.
A down payment, exactly. Yeah, and there's a little bit of rules along the way and some contingencies, but yes, that's the gist of it. That's from a broad point.
Okay, and then the difference between that and the TFSA is it's not tax deferred. So if I put money in the TFSA, it will grow tax free, but I don't get that 100 grand to 92 grand bonus.
That's correct. It doesn't bring down your taxable income. So it's just if you put $1,000 in and you make $100 through the market or whatever you put it in, whatever fund you participated in, then you get that $100 complete tax free. And again, the government doesn't give you that many freebies, so why not just take advantage of it and use it, right?
Right, and then the RSP is sort of the FHSA is sort of a combination in a way of the.
That's exactly what. That's exactly what it is. You're double dipping on the perks.
Right. So because in the RSP you don't get tax free growth, right? Because you get taxed on that money that you take out when you retire, right?
Yeah.
But you do get a tax deferral up front.
Yeah, exactly. So you get a slip with whatever institution you deposit money with. You get a slip last Friday before tax time. It tells you or your accountant what you deposit into an RSP. You can use that as tax deferred savings. It brings down your taxable income. So the idea is the government's kind of giving you a vehicle to lower your total tax bill. At whatever time in your life you need to withdraw, that's when the government's going to take some of their money back. So if you withdraw 10 grand in retirement, well, it doesn't have to be retirement, but if you're in retirement, then they're going to count that as income, taxable income.
Right, and that's advantageous because usually if you're in the retirement phase, your income is going to be lower, and so you can take that 10 grand out and pay less taxes.
That's the idea, right? During your working years, you want to pay less taxes. Whatever tax bracket you are, you just want to lower it no matter what tax bracket you're in. And then later on, 55, 60, 65, whatever age that is for you, ideally speaking, maybe your mortgage is paid off or it's very little. Maybe your dependents are out of the house. So your monthly living expense is much lower. You don't need to rely on 120 or 150 or 180, whatever it is you're earning during your career. You don't need that anymore. You just need to worry about a few of your basic living expenses. Then you set an amount that you withdraw from your RSP. It is taxable income, but you're going to pay a lot less tax than if you didn't deposit the funds in the first place.
Gotcha. Okay. So that really helps. That's a good sort of explanation of those three different vehicles.